Welcome back to the Falling Asleep Laptop Podcast. No, I'm kidding. If you see me reaching up, it's just because I forgot my power cord. And in the spirit of me being enough, I need to remind myself, it's okay, I forgot my power cord. I'm so glad you're here to witness my conversation with Emma. Emma, in that first half, what are you sitting with? What was helpful about being able to have this dialogue with a 50-plus-year-old man? Why did you maybe possibly enjoy that conversation?
Well, I think that you articulated my ideas in a very clear and concise way, which is appreciated.
Glad to do it.
And I don't get to see you that often, so I don't know what you're going to say, which is interesting.
Kind of a Forrest Gump thing, huh? You never know what you're going to get.
I guess so. And unfortunately, it is true. You just don't know. You have no idea. You think you do, and you don't.
Yeah. Boy, did I think I knew.
And if you think you have?
You haven't.
No.
Not really. Not for as long. Yeah. On this last, 10, 15 minutes, I would love, Emma, to hear from a person that is young in their life and young in their marriage. Okay. I'm curious. What does wisdom look like for you lately? What maybe does contentment look like for you and your husband lately? What are your thoughts?
I don't think I have the authority to speak on what wisdom looks like in marriage a year in. Here's something I didn't think of when we got married.
Everybody, please take out your laptops and pencils and take notes.
There are some marriages that I don't want my marriage to look like.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's not every marriage, and these are people who I respect and love, but some of the attitudes toward marriage, even though these people are so intelligent and so hardworking and have contributed so much, I look at their marriage and I just don't feel compelled. It evokes nothing in me. And the way that they speak of their marriages also is not appealing in the slightest. And that's when I realized how different marriages look within the church. There's not a right way.
Oh, that's good.
There are wrong ways.
Sure.
But there's not a cookie cutter way to get married. And if anyone tells you that there is, they are lying to you, maybe on purpose, but they're probably lying to themselves also. And the same goes for getting married. If someone tells you, oh, this is the way to get married, this is how you meet your husband, it's bull. There's no rhyme and there's no reason.
So where's that energy coming from? That turn and talk to the camera, like, where's that passion coming from in you?
It's coming from my single friends who come to me and they've met with other married women, and married women, they say things that are supremely unhelpful, like, oh, it'll happen when you least expect it. Well, what is someone supposed to do with that?
Great question.
It might be true for you. It wasn't true for me. It might not be true for the next person. To think that almost anyone has any authority on this, like, marriage is a biblical concept, kind of.
Yes,
it is.
I'm with you.
But the methodology of it is not.
Yeah, and we're not actually doing what the Bible says.
No.
Because if we were doing what the Bible says, you would be, your dad, ladies, would go and find you a man.
Right.
And arrange all this pretty much right after your birth, once they realize you're a viable human. So we're not doing it the Bible way. This is purely a cultural construct. All things dating.
Yes.
All things courting.
It's an industry.
It's a whole thing.
And the Christians are trying to sell something too, and they shouldn't.
But they should what? Instead of trying to sell something, what?
They should meet people where they are and encourage and uplift those who are not married, who may not want to get married. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. They don't have to do anything. In 2026, we should take emphasis off of marriage.
Okay, great. If you want it, go for it. And if you don't, continue as per normal, right? Continue loving God, continue using your creativity. What else would you encourage someone that just isn't ready right now? Keep doing what?
I actually don't think that single people are using all of their faculties to their greatest degrees. Single people have virtually no obligation to anyone but them and God, and maybe their employer. They will never have as much independence and as much agency and as much opportunity without having to think of anyone else or almost no one else in their lives. And they want to leave this stage as fast as possible. Do you know that you can do almost whatever you want?
That's true. It's true.
And we treat it as this like transient phase of being.
What are some of the words you've called single life? Like limbo,
Sure.
right?
It's a disservice to life to think of it as only complete when you have legally bound yourself to someone else. And I love my marriage. I love my husband. And he has proven to me that I can be married and be happy and share my life with another person and have someone to witness all of those moments. But when people think of marriage as this crucial, like exclusive club, it boils my blood because it's just not. It's not. My husband enriches my life, but he wasn't missing from me when I was single. And he wasn't filling some void that I had. I didn't marry my husband because I wanted to get married. I married him because I wanted to spend my life with him. And if you don't want to...
What's the difference? Because you're saying,
so glad you asked.
I didn't have a void, I just fell in love.
Right.
Can you pull that apart? Because I think what you're saying your other friends are experiencing that are single, or other people your age, it's like a notch in their gun or like a source of FOMO to not have the thing.
Right. Some of that is sexual. Some of that is splitting expenses with a person. You know, those are both undeniable benefits of marriage. But marriage is like dessert, you know? It's not
How so?
It's not the meat of the thing. My marriage is not my relationship with God, and my marriage is not the reason that I get up in the morning. I can't say this enough. I love my husband so much. I love him more than I love me. I love him more than I have ever loved anyone. And it is only increasing love for him.
I think what you're saying is that you entered marriage as a whole and complete person that knew yourself well.
As whole and complete you can be at 22.
Sure. Not saying that you were perfect in the Bible sense of perfect and whole and complete, but you had enough of a sense of self, and what I'm hearing is someone that really knows themselves pretty well and knows what marriage is and what it isn't, and knows kind of what to hope for in marriage and what not to hope for.
Oh, and it transforms you in ways you couldn't imagine.
Getting and being married transforms you, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
So can you name maybe one transformation that you've experienced?
There are things that have been revealed in me sinfully that probably wouldn't have come out unless I was in a situation that only marriage puts you in. You will be forced to confront parts of yourself that you never knew existed. I feel like this is I'm more passionate about this than I was about.
What I wanted to ask you to close with is, as we bring things to a close, I'm thinking about you sharing about being a relatively self-aware and self-actualized person before being married. I think you're casting a vision of marriage that is different from what I remember when I was in my 20s and a young Christian and I wanted to get married. Yes, you're absolutely right. I want to be able to have physical intimacy with someone and have God go like, yay, good job, you did it right. You did it right. I also hear you saying that you're not lacking something by not being married. You're just simply not married.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say by way of conclusion, just about like what is a healthy or wise perspective on marriage, or what you would say to some of maybe your single friends or people in your generation about marriage?
Don't overthink it.
Fair enough. Well, Emma, thanks for coming to this version. You're always welcome on the podcast. We will do this again.
Me.
I'm so glad that you were here, and I'm glad that we're friends, and I'm glad that I got to be with my wife, with you and your husband as you were getting ready to build and launch. It was my pleasure. So I'm very glad to have you on the podcast. You all, I'm asking you to do all the things: the like, subscribe, comment, rate, share. These things get interesting conversations in front of others. If you don't do that, then the algorithms and the things don't put this content in front of other people. If you like the content, please do 3 or 4 out of the 5 things and share or like or subscribe. But in any case, I'm glad that you were just simply here and that you listened, and that maybe your brain is thinking more about wisdom and contentment, maybe thinking more about how to give to others without being enmeshed. There's so many different areas and ways you could take what we talked about and just kind of riff on it in your own mind, talk about it with friends, or maybe if you're a Christian, spiritually minded person, maybe you can sit with some of this in your own time with God. In any case, thank you for being here on the You Are Enough.life podcast.